Good morning, world. Okay, here we are. It's a new day. It's Thursday, at least. That's Jupiter. Today's a great day to work with that expansive energy, put out some good stuff. Ooh, well, I'm doing things different today. In regards to court. Now, I know, if everybody's over it, that's okay. You don't need to watch this video. Yeah, I'm doing things different today. This is the thing, when the system's broken and none of the rules apply to anybody because it's a free-for-all, I don't know. There is a freedom in that. Since no one listens to me anyways, I'm gonna do something different today. Nothing crazy, but it is different. Yeah. So, anyway, let's get out. I thought we could use some Kimmy K. And then we got out the Runic Tarot for that big energy. Nice to see everybody in the comments. Very nice. Yeah, because I'm doing things differently today, and because there's a million other things that I need to attend to, it might be a sparse December with me doing videos, I'm not gonna lie. It's a tough time, to say the least. Yeah, like I might have to defer January's going to school, because I just learned that, so provincially, so in Canada, other than Quebec, this is the thing, little Canadian history here, in case you don't know, you're not from Canada. Quebec is like our one province that's very separatist, and again, the rules don't seemingly apply. So when you live outside of Quebec, you get access to your provincial loans and your federal loans, and then there's also grants and bursaries and things like that. Quebec, though, they don't get access to the federal loans because they don't play nice in the sandbox. And again, the rules don't apply. So you just get provincial and then the loans and bursaries to try to make up for it in the way that the federal would. But you can only apply once a year. So that once a year is at the end of April or May. So everyone warned me that the provincial loans are probably not going to be enough to pay for anything. So we'll see. That's another thing I have to tackle. But here we are. Oh, she's snowy out there. Yeah, just remember, it's your life. Just like Bon Jovi sang. It's your life. If it's fact anyways, like just, flip the script. Yeah. Yeah, I'm flipping the script today. Don't know how it's gonna go, but you know what? I know how it's gonna go if I just go the regular old way. And it's fact. It's fact and correct. So what do you do? Oh, I think we all know who we need. Let's call them those crowd favorites. Grandmama, get in here, stat. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters, all of my benevolent ancestors, anyone that you're working and praying with, but especially grandmamas. Okay, Grandma. Today's got a real flavor, but it is Jupiter's day. Grandma, what does collective, the world, need to know? Oh, this one was just springing. The desert, yeah. I know that hand. That's me. That's me reaching for my own hand. Because that's who's here to pull me up. My grandmother would pull me up. She does. Even when I fight with the whole spirit team, Grandma is usually, I never get too fussy with Grandma. I might give Grandma the look to be like Grandma. But yes, okay, so we got the desert. Reaching out. Someone's thirsty. Ugh, okay. Okay. Well, let's get two more. Get a flavor. I am looking, we have this little thing right here on the table, and there's a heart. It wasn't there before, so heck, you know what? I'll take it. You can take it too. Yeah, we all need a little bit of love today, I think. I think we could, oh boy, uh-oh. Here we go. This also hopped out the fault line. Yeah. Okay. Well, it kind of, yeah. I feel like with the fault line, this is how that hand was able, like, this is kind of a zoomed in, like, if you were to take this hand out, this would be the zoomed in, like, where the hand's coming from. Ooh, a hand's coming out through the fault line. Okay. Oh, yeah. With disruption, with the tectonic plate shifting and things opening up. Yeah, old things. Oh, and I was watching an iceberg flip last night on a reel. It's so exquisite. But when I was watching it, I was like, oh, yeah, there's something about to flip. Something that's been way below the surface, and this fits with this fault line. It's about to upend. And what was interesting is that the color of the glacier, because they're massive, and the bottom half, it's like 90% is all below the water. When it overturns, it was this crazy beautiful dark blue. And then, of course, we had to think about old chakras, and I was like, okay, well, the throat chakra, blue. So I'm like, because that's what I'm doing today. I'm doing something a little bit non-traditional for court, but since I'm not heard in the traditional way, I fully intend to be listened to in a non-traditional way. No, guys, just to preface, it's written. Nothing crazy is happening. I'm not going to be that guy you're not going to see on the news. Like, it's different, but still within parameters, okay? Yeah. You know, my whole life, the one thing that consistently everyone has said about me is that I'm too honest, which is true. Oh, look at that, the crone. And you know who that is? That's Grandmama. That's Grandmama. That's who's reaching out. See, look, I said I had to reach for my own hand. I usually ask for my grandma. Look, and that's me. I am this little bird. Oh, look at me. I look rough. Yeah. I'm sure that's how you feel too at days, right? A little broken wing. Where you're just like, oh, can you please just help me out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm still trying to figure out. Spirit has me on my own little following the thread. If anyone has anything to say on an 8-pointed star, this is the clues. And then it's kind of been quiet. Yeah, Spirit really got me all excited. We started to work on some clues around an 8-pointed star. I don't know if you have any thoughts on it. I've looked up things. I'm waiting. We had 2 days of like waiting. Yeah, there's something here about like the earthquake. Like when you're waiting. Or like you can sense something and then it goes quiet right before. Even like with the iceberg. Yeah, like that's what I feel like I'm feeling right now. Because think about it. We don't get to see the whole process of like, why does the iceberg flip when it does? And they're massive. They're like hundreds of tons. And yeah, some parts of the shelf could collapse, but the one that I was watching yesterday, but clearly there was things below the surface, and I'm sure atmospheric, like with the icebergs, I'm sure they release gases and stuff, and there's lots happening, but we don't get to see it. And even animals, before like tornadoes and earthquakes and like big storms, like they sense it, they pick up on something. And we call it the calm before the storm. I don't see this as a bad storm though. Like it's, okay, I kind of want, what's this one? I'm feeling it. The Lover. Oh, I'll take it. Yeah, how am I gonna say no to that? Okay. No, don't even look at me. What are you? I just want curious. The Creator and the Emperor. Okay, we're gonna leave it. I could touch cards all day and have a feeling. Okay, let's do a quick read. Yeah, today can't be crazy long because, oh God, I got a lot to do. Let this be a demonstration of like, this is me. I know I seem probably a little bit too comfortable or like chipper. Know that I have, again, an internal process, just like what I was saying. There's a lot behind the scenes, and I'm a Gemini. A lot of moods, a lot of emotions. Yes, this, and I got a good night's sleep, so like, this is accurate. But truth be told, there's so much riding on the line. Like everything's a hot mess. This is really to be a demonstration of to be like, I know what it feels like to not want to get up, to not want to fight the fight, to feel completely overwhelmed, have no support. I know this. This is my demonstration to be like, it's okay to have those days, and it's okay to have those days where you just don't do it. But then you have days like today where it's just like, I'm gonna show up. Okay, little desert hand here. Oh yeah, get out your lotion. Yeah, that hand is looking dry. I'm gonna put on my lotion today too. 1:37. Oh my god, speaking of my cousin Vinny, guys, yeah, if you don't know my cousin Vinny, please, we were discussing it last night in the comments. Marissa Tomei. God, I love that woman. It was her birthday on the 4th, of course. I thought she was end of December Sag. Not December 4th. Anyways, happy birthday, Marissa. Love you. You look great at 60. You're living your best life. You know why she's living her best life? She's single. Go look up her dating history. It's been pretty quiet. I'm sure like she's got some other stuff going on, but like I'm sure the key to her success and happiness is actually around her being single. She loves it. I'm happy for her. Okay. The drought, the wasteland, the badlands. Ooh. I just love, I've grown up by Badlands, but right now the name Badland, I feel like this is more like you being a badass bitch. You're coming out of this hole. So yeah, whatever it is that's going on for you, whatever has tried to oppress or suppress you and crush you down, just like the seed, just like that little dandelion that grows up through the concrete. That's you. Where you're like, it may take a hot second. Everyone thinks, oh, we crushed it. We pulled out that weed. No, here you are. Look, there you are. Badlands. Yeah, this is the Badlands. It's that crevice. You just came out of there. Okay, the desert. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. Oh, yes, I'm personally resonating with this. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. Oh, preach. Can I get an amen? Yeah, let's get that hand up out of the desert. Amen. Yeah. Amen. Okay. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal. To become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, macaw, the shadows, and the coyotes call, and the coyotes' calls surround you. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic. Oh God. Let the winds and sands work their deep magic, wary traveler. When in the throes of the desert, contemplate the following. You are not alone. You have more supplies with you than you think. Water is very near. This is what I mean about flipping the script. Trust me. Trust me on this one. When it really does seem like there are no other options or that you're just being crushed, something will present itself. It will. Okay, so fault line. Where are you? Where would you even be? Oh, there you are. 161. Okay. The fissure, the crack, the weak link. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. Okay, just in case you ever have this happen to you, slowly drop down to all fours and just don't stand. If you hear cracks, I grew up on a lot of frozen lakes. It's my worst nightmare. Okay, I digress. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. Yes. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Okay, wait, let's think about that though. What I was just saying. Like in life, yeah, these things happen, right? It's like standing out on this frozen lake. You just think you're having a nice time. You're like, I'm gonna go for a little walk. It's good, it's frozen. And then you hear a crack. Yeah, instincts take over. But there's something about flattening your energy, dispersing it in this way. Let me think about it. Upright, vertical. Hold on. More will come, I'm sure. Or not. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It's the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It is likely this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that's afoot. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. That's what I'm saying. Like Monday, I was defeated and filled with rage. And then yesterday I woke up and I just thought, you know what? I just do what I do, where I'm like, I never belong in spaces. The rules, like so like, why not just do what I do? Which is speak the truth and then just go about what I need to do. I don't give a fuck anymore. If the system's already corrupt, like my rights have already been trampled over. So if they're already being trampled over, and again, we can prove this systemically, like bias, prejudice. I haven't even read any of my affidavits. Like, why do I even go to court? For 4 years, I've been going to court. They have not once ever read anything I've ever, like, it's the shrugging of the shoulders. Monsieur, what would you like me to do? And then they do this with my paperwork. It's that makes me want to flip tables. When they go, what do you want me to do? The last time we were in December, I said, Monsieur, le juge, I would like you to do your job. You haven't even read my documents. Like, what? We've been here for 4 seconds and you've made a rendering. So this is why. Now, I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything crazy, but there is ways to just be like, you know what? To be heard, to speak your truth. And then again, look to all of the parts of the environment. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's these like rules or structures, but even within those, you can kind of dance around them. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. There's something here. Something's about to, I don't know. I'm kind of excited. In Japanese, kintsugi. Kintsugi? Am I saying that right? I don't know. In Japanese kintsugi pottery, gold is used to mend cracks. Breaks are thought of as precious rather than something to be hidden. Exactly. Fuck, and I don't know about you, but if it's gonna be a gong show, that's where I'm like, and especially when it comes to like distribution of power and of like human rights, that's where I'm like, you know what? Since again, we're not, the rules don't apply. It's just like, let's crack it open. Like, let's crack, like, that's my whole goal right now. I'm like, you don't want to talk about it. You want to erase me and take away my fundamental rights that I've been just like looking through to really make sure that I've like nailed it in. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be guaranteed certain rights. So since none of us, and I've been patient, we've been doing this like for 4 years now. Now I'm like, okay, you know what? You've been wasting my fucking time. So we're still gonna play within parameters, but I'm not playing by the same fucking rule book at this point. And I plan to fully intend to hold all of these people accountable. At minimum, I'm gonna be paying your fucking ass. You waste my fucking time, my life, my resources, keeping myself and my son safe. Fuck you. I don't know. Maybe it's this Jupiter energy. Maybe it's that long nap I had. I don't know. And also, I'm not afraid of these people. I've been doing this a long time. I was a child of the courts. I'm speaking up against my abusers and going up against shitty fucking judges from the wee age of like 8 and up. And again, they actually endangered me by not doing their job. So like, I've been doing this a while. And when I remembered that yesterday, where I'm like, my guy, we have this on them. Like, none of these people have had to go through what I've gone through. Like, none of these judges and lawyers know what it's like to be on the other side, for one. And none of them can do what I can do. And since I've been doing it as a kid, I'm like, I have dealt with far more scarier people as a child. So like, I got this. And now I'm feeling like 50 Cent chasing down P. Diddy. Like, that's how I feel, where I'm like, I'm invested. I'm in this for the long game. So I feel with these cards, it's like, get into this energy. Because something's about to flip. I just keep hearing flipping of the script, and then I keep seeing this big iceberg revealing. Like, at minimum, at least get to speak your truth. That's my goal. I'm like, you don't want to listen to me? You don't want to do your job and actually look at facts, deal in the realm of facts, like real things, tangible things. You don't want to do that? You want to actually state in court that you don't have time for this? Okay, well, we're going to make time for this. I will be heard. I will be heard. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit either if you don't like it. Because that's the other thing too, is like when you can articulate things in a certain way, it's like, I'm not going to go in like, poo, like, eat shit, judge. No, we're not going to say that. We're going to do it to the book, you know? They get really fussy when I actually take out the law book and then I point out things. They get really fussy. My son's mom's lawyer, I wrote her an email one day where I walked her through some things and then reminded of her code of conduct, the ethos were, you know, around that. And I even like, we took it right from the law book, shit like that. Not my problem. Come correct. You can still represent your client and not be a fucking sociopath. P.S. I digress. Okay, crown. Grandma. The witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone has seen it all. Exactly. Nothing frightens or surprises her. Exactly. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden mother crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life, and giving life. The crone energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. This is the energy I would really love. We go from the crone to the lover. That's what I'm saying. We saw it in that card yesterday with that Knight of Cups. Oh, you know what I just thought about last night, going back to yesterday's reading, is that the first thing I mentioned was my tiger tights. I totally forgot I was wearing tiger tights, and I had called Panther, and then we pulled the Panther card and the tiger. Anyway, there's something here about being fierce. Do you know what I mean? Step into that primal part of self where you're just like, but a playfulness too. Like, it's, you know, when you rock both where you're like, I'm dead fucking serious, but, right? A little dimple, a little wink. Yeah. The crone is the master of letting go and residing in what is. She rejects nothing. The crone is often seen with the crow, smoke, night, or the moon. It's true. That is the one thing I would say. Learning to let go. It's like accepting what is and letting go, but also it's a balancing. It's, for me, it's like, yes, I accept what is in this moment. Like, for instance, like the justice system, like, I don't it's not going to serve me to be delusional, to be like, oh my God. But, and I have let go of certain aspects, but does that mean that I'm not going to still champion and like rise above and like do things differently or try different things? Or do you know what I mean? Where I'm just like, you just got one life. This is it. Like, how do we want to go out? You know? So for me, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I don't know. There's something here. I feel like this energy is delicious. I love these cards. Now we're gonna go right to the Lover, that old swan. And you know what? Swans, I'm telling you, they're fierce. This guy, again, looks cute as bud, looks beautiful, gracefully swimming. Again, I encourage you to try to go 3 miles close to this person's partner, the lady, or that's usually the male swans. They get real flappy. Those wings, they could break your legs easily, legs and arms. Oh, the power of those wings. Yeah, be beautiful, graceful, and tough as fuck. Oh, I love this. Lover, there you are. 95. Hey, maybe some of you were born in 95. What does that make you? Oh, born in the year of ox. Oh, yeah. Yeah, what did we say? 95. Okay. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what we should be. Rather, the lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. True. When you hold someone's gaze for several moments, you'll feel the lover within you awaken. It is common to seek the lover in another. The true gift is finding the lover in yourself. Also so true. That's why, again, going back to Marissa. Marissa's living her best life. Yeah, I was just talking to a friend, was it yesterday morning? And I was like, at this stage in my life, you would have to really convince me on why I would want to date. Especially, like, going back to Charlotte Dobre or, like, any of, like, the influencers online that go over, like, am I the asshole? Or, like, horrific dating stories. When I'm reminded, I'm like, oh, God. Like, there's a lot to be said about being single as a Pringle. A lot of peace, a lot of joy. Okay, well, I really want to get out this. Let's find out. So, what's this big iceberg about to flip? What's this fissure, this crack? What's going on? Okay. Ooh, you know what I wish I had right now? I wish I had some hot dogs. I know, it's kind of sickening. I love a savory breakfast. You know why I love the old Matlock? He loved hot dogs. I feel like I am Matlock. And it's funny because Andy Griffin? Yeah, is it Griffin? Ugh, my dyslexia. He's a Gemini in real life, but his character, Matlock, I really relate to. And in fact, Matlock would actually usually get sent by the judge to jail because he would usually get real spicy with the judge, and then the judge would hold him in contempt. But yeah, Matlock, he loved a hot dog. That was his like favorite go-to. That's how I'm feeling right now. I could definitely have a hot dog about it. Like 2 hot dogs? Yeah, 3, to be honest. Any kind of dog too, I don't care. Vegan, bring it. A beautiful one from like a nice farm. Yeah, like nice meats, you know? Nobody needs like lips and assholes in their hot dogs. Okay, Grandmama. Okay, so what's going on with this like desert? You see the hand rising up. King of Wands. Now, look at how interesting the coloring is. See? It's coming from this black and white arid, but look at this. The red, the yellow, the orange, and then look who's showing up. That's you. See, you might have been like me. Sometimes, again, you have to go real low. You get all the way low, like limbo low, you know? You're hitting it. And then, somehow, some way, again, the fires get going, where you're like, you know what? Eat shit, and I'm gonna look great doing it. What? Oh, Jesus. Just got a message that I don't understand. Maybe that's for one of you. You're about to receive a message you don't understand. Yeah, fair. Okay. King of Wands. And we were just talking about Marissa being a Sag. Yeah, this fire energy. Okay, so we got this King of Wands. Here, let's put the lever like so. Okay. Okay, so the next card, the Fall Line. What card is going to represent this? Which one is it? Oh, I hate when you give me two. No. Okay, it's this one. The Magician. Oh, is that Sweaty Bed Sheets? Oh, it is. To the Eight of Wands. Well, the two I would have pulled, and it's interesting, they both have rainbows. Okay, so the two that I was getting all fussy about is the Eight of Wands to this guy. And you know I love it because, hey, he's got his best friend here, the rooster, cock-a-doodle-doo. But it's like the same guy. It's almost like, again, I feel like you're going to communicate. You know how the Eight of Wands is that fast-moving communication, usually headed towards you? No, I feel like you're creating the conditions very much like I am. See this rooster? Again, cock-a-doodle-doo, where he's just like, he's chirping. He's with his best guy, and it's just like, I will be heard. Very much like a rooster. And I am born in the year of rooster. Oh, yeah. Yeah, perhaps some of you have been writing in your journal, diary, whatever word you like to use for that. Doing a little writing, or maybe like me, you're gonna be doing some legal writing today to let the world know how you feel and how you will be moving forward. But even his hand, right? It's like a raising up. And even though it's not the hand coming out of the thing, it's still like there's this like raising of hand directing. Exactly. You're the director of your life. Just remember, you're the main character. Everyone else is just like, do you know what I mean? You're the main character of your story. Yes. Are there other characters involved? For sure. Do they make the story interesting? Absolutely. But don't never forget, you're the main character. This is your story. You can direct it. Okay. So what's up with the crown? Grandmama, get in here. Let's have a sip of water about it. Okay, the crown. The Star of David. Well, when I was talking to that bank guy that I like literally was on the phone with for 2.5 hours, and we were just talking about ourselves, his name was David. We became best friends. The Star of David. Well, just in the way, like, see how the crow is clutching it? Well, now I'm being like, I'm looking at the pearl again. Yeah, like, I feel like you're about... It's... Whatever this unearthing or toppling over, but there's... Or even if it's just this grit, it's like, all of a sudden... The thing that's exposed, I think, is like a part of yourself, you know? A real gem. Sorry, there's something about the Star of David, but I feel like even though I'm well rested, I'm not well rested. Like, I'm still like, oh God, my mind is a little bit unfocused. So like, penny for your thoughts, because it does look like a penny. Penny for your thoughts. Well, clams and oysters have to open up just enough to let the water in that has that particular grain of sand. Ah, the opening up. Yeah, because they only open up a little bit when they open up. It is. It's just like a crack. There's something about opening up a crack. And it leads to this golden nugget. And I think it gives you your fire back. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Okay, Grandma. What's the crown? Because I feel like we got some of your energy here. We got some ancestors. We have some divine help. Oh, yeah. Persecution. This is my favorite Five of Wands. And I think this is such a great representation of NPD abuse and also systemic abuse. The smear campaigns and the public persecution is like anything I've ever experienced. And again, going back to why in my doctoral research, what I want to also focus on is vicarious and lateral violence through these systems. Because we can measure it now, especially with like brain mapping, like neuroscience. We can see it on brains. Anyway. Yeah, you're gonna flip this. Like, this card is very significant for me myself, and even in my art, this particular card really has informed a piece that I've created in my mind. I haven't created it yet because it's a hologram piece that I want to do. But there's something about this taking the power back when the community has come together to burn you alive. It's a flipping of the script. Yeah, where you set yourself on fire. And that's what my whole piece is about. It's actually called Remain Calm, Set Yourself on Fire. And it's a play on the Buddhist monks that would set themselves on fire. Anyway, that's a whole other discussion. Yeah, there's something here about taking the power back. Of being like, if we're going to do this anyways, we're going to do it on my terms. And it's about opening, I don't know, there's a shift here for you. And I don't think it's just mental. I think there are going to be some events, but there is an inner landscape shift. It's a flipping of the script. And to be honest, what's going on here? Oh, she has this necklace. To be honest though, and the other thing is that, like, to me, she doesn't look scared. That to me is someone who's like, he still has her dignity and is still just like right up until the very end. Actually, also last night before I went to sleep, oh, I forget the young woman's name. She's an important part of history, but anyways, during World War II, she was 19 years old, but basically she helped her community, Jewish people, and she was caught. And these German soldiers, a whole bunch of them went to go execute her. But she was stoic to be that young, to be that unafraid and that unapologetic. And they had these photos of her. And we've seen them, not just her. There's been several really famous photos of especially young women going up against, again, really terrifying groups of people or particular individuals. So there's something here of just, no matter what, because that's the thing, like, that was the shift for me yesterday, is realizing that, like, and I'm gonna inform them. I'm gonna be like, this this erasure of self. Like, my worth is not contingent upon how you view me, especially because you haven't even taken the time to, like, do your job. You don't have any of the information. And, like, I know who I am. And the great thing is, when you've done nothing wrong and you have the receipts, hold your head up high. Hold your head up high no matter how many fucking people. Because we can all look to the world right now. There are literally groups of people that are just, there's no logic. It doesn't make any sense. But to hold your head up high regardless, to be like, I'm good. I don't know though. I don't think it's about the public persecution though. Like, I don't think you're gonna be burned alive. I think you have been burned alive. Grandma, tell me a little bit more about this. The Hanged Man. Well, that's what they did to that young woman. They hung her. Tell me a bit more. Ooh, the Five of Pentacles. Well, this is why, though, we see the hand holding the broken bird. Because didn't I say broken wing? Yeah, broken wing. Even though we don't see a broken wing, that's how I referred to him. So you are being held through this. You are being held. It may not feel like it. That's why I was bitchy as hell on Monday. Oh, like, I'm telling you, I could not stop. The fury, if I could have marched right up back to where I was, to been like, let's go. Gloves are off. All spirit team, like, get into the boxing ring. I'm done with this shit. Because this is the thing, just like the iceberg, there's things below the surface that we can't see at times. So it can really appear as though that we're not being supported, we're not being helped, that there's no divine intervention happening. But what I'm being shown here is that there is. Patience is required, as well as a flipping of the script. Waking up and being agreeable to being like, you know what? It's my life. Yeah, I'm just hearing Bon Jovi. It's now or never. It's my life. I just want to live forever. Yeah, girl, I want to live. Well, I don't want to live forever down here. I don't. With all this, like, when people are like fighting to be immortal and like be down here forever and just like live to be 300. No, ma'am, sir. No. I'm really glad that there's like an expiry date on life myself. Okay, let's take it to the Lover. Yeah, because we end on the Lover. Big swan. And he's future facing. And his wings are out. He's looking gorge. But he is single. This is the thing. This is, to me, not a love reading. This is like the love reading of self. Of, again, kind of a continuation from yesterday, but being like, well, let's just see what Grandma has to say. Okay, so Grandma, let's take it to the Lover. What do we want to say? See, celebration. Oh, she's wearing the same necklace. Yeah, that's the necklace that Five of Wands woman. So see, she's not burned alive. She's looking great. Yeah, so they tied her up. Again, threats. I think they just threatened her. I think they tied that person up as like threatening, again, to scare, to torture, because that is a form of torture. Tying someone up and being like, we're going to burn you alive. That in itself is psychological torture. But, wow, these people all have very blue eyes. That child has really blue eyes. Kind of freaked me out a little bit. Ooh, there's no hot dogs on the table, but one could have a fish about it. Now, I myself, my taste buds don't think fish tastes very great, so that's my burden. That's my cross to bear. But whatever this little haunch is, I'd get down on that. We know. Oh, I see grapes. I love grapes. Oh, they got the purple grapes. Oh, that's the real good shit right there. Yeah, I'd be getting down on that haunch with some grapes. You're going to be celebrating. Okay, but there's 3 people here. I am curious about that. Okay, do you get to celebrate with some people? Okay, so what is the celebration? What are you celebrating? What happens? What is this fissure, this crack, this king of panties. Look at you. I don't know. We talked about this yesterday. You don't need to be insanely wealthy to be a king of panties. Now, some could, but what I'm saying is you don't have to. It's a vibe. Because also, the Pentacles is about, it is a grounded energy. And we start off with the desert and then the whole crack. So this whole landscape, it's not arid. Well, the mountains can get a little arid, but it's like, this is firm footing. See, and he's got his throne on there. Yeah. Create stability in the things that you need. Ooh, and he does. He kind of has. He's looking to something. Yeah, his eyes. He's facing me, right? But we're not gonna be able to really see. But his little eyeballs. He's looking. Yeah, he's giving a bit of stink eye to something, too. Where are you looking? Oh, this way. Well, to me, it looks like he's looking to something from the past. Yeah, I feel like there's like a residual stink still lingering from whatever this bullshit was. And so even now that you're on firm footing and solid ground, you got your throne, you're side-eyeing, yeah, there's a little bit of stink left, and you're giving it the look. Again, from yesterday, like, fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out, my guy. Because that's the thing, it goes back to that appetite. When you're so used to something, you're like, you know what? When you break down you're like, I got this. You know what? I've been at this for a long time. We can do this all day. Okay. Okay, okay, so you're celebrating, but are there pals? Like, I don't know, it does feel a little bit lonely, but not in a bad lonely. Alone, I should say. It does feel like you're alone. You are alone. Grandma, can you speak to this? Are there any friends, family, loved ones? No, you've walked away. You are alone. That's why we have spirits. That's why we have Grandmama coming through. Yeah. I feel like you're like that little squirrel. Yeah. And whatever you're going up against, there it is. But there you go. Look, see your little cutie patootie. And you got a cup. Oh, and you took a cup. Look at you. Oh, see, that's what I mean. Out of the 8 of cups, you see them walking away, but you know what? You're fucking taking a cup. Is that why you're celebrating? Because you're like, you know what? I flipped the script. Playing by my rules now. You're on my fucking time, motherfuckers. And you're like, you know what? You took a little goblet for yourself. You walked away, but you took a goblet. Love that. That's exactly the kind of energy we want to see here. Always remember, small but mighty. Just like Joe Pesci and my cousin Vinny. Oh my God, I am Joe Pesci. I am Joe Pesci. How I've never gone as Vinny, my cousin Vinny, Joe Pesci, for Halloween. We're the same height. He might even be shorter than me. I'm like 5'6.5". Yeah. I'm a little guy. Oh my God. Next year, guys. Next Halloween, swing back. Even just for that. I promise you, I'm going to go as my cousin Vinny. Oh, I love that movie. Okay. So, Grandma. Let's go back to the fissure. Like this big crack. Is it a moment? Like, what's happening here? Because we did see communication. Is Collective going to communicate something? Or like, what's going on? The Emperor. Look at you, big guns. Look at you, big guns. Look, this is your energy. And this is what I was saying. It's like, instead of waiting for that communication, I feel like you've just been scribbling away in the old diary. Dear diary, these people can eat shit. I've got a plan. I'm going to write it out. Yeah, you're like, there's... I don't know. I feel like it's like the remembering exactly who the fuck you are. Bad bitch. Yeah, remember too? Again, You are the main character. But see, we go from a king of wands, right? That hand though. And now look at you, solid like a rock. But look at those guns. Look at that pack. You could probably crack some walnuts with those packs. Yeah. So really, this is just about you coming into your power, remembering. I don't even think it's like coming into. I feel like it's remembering. Just like the iceberg, I feel like you've been outside of yourself and you've just seen this little tip of your iceberg, thinking that's all there is to you, or that's all that there is to life. And then when the iceberg, and you realize that, for one, there's so much more below the surface. Yeah, there's like a magnitude here to yourself. And I just see it as like you remembering, and then being like, oh, well, since I'm the emperor, yeah, my house, my rules. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a flipping of the script. Okay, well, Grandma. Last cards to take us out here. Anything else? Oh, Grandmas, if you're going to pull out the Queen of Cups with the little dolphin flying above here. At the very end. Okay, well, wait, what's the Queen of Cups? What or who is the Queen of Cups, I should say? Okay. It's about self-love, because this is a Seven of Pentacles. It's about all of that work and effort, right? Yeah, the lover, the greatest love relationship that you can have. We seek it outside of ourselves, but it is with ourselves. And when you remember how glorious you are, oh God, the voice just really went there. Yeah, when you remember the totality of yourself, oh yeah, Spirit's saying it's like having amnesia. Like, imagine this guy getting boinked on the head, you know? I don't know, like maybe he had like a shelf above his bed with all his favorite books, but he didn't put it in correctly and it fell, and then he had amnesia. It's like we forget how powerful we are, or like what our truest nature is. Yeah, you're really gonna come into yourself. You're gonna remember. You're gonna remember that self-love. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Well, gang, real slice. A real slice. Now I must leave you to go attend. Oh, let's all have a great day today. Again, remember, today's Jupiter. Today's a great day to, like, I don't know, if you do want to write or meditate or think about. And that's why getting some love in your heart, because Jupiter expands. So today's not the day you want to be fussy, because it's just going to amplify that. Today's a day that if you want to be focused on justice or like self-love or like whatever that looks like, whatever, put anything on your list. Let's amplify and spread that. Okay, gang. God bless out there. Godspeed. Oh, I gotta go deal with my life. Again, if you have to deal with things today that you don't want to, I know. Call on your grandma. Again, if you don't have a good grandma, call on my grandma. Say, Grandma Florine, grant me the courage and the strength to get through this. Okay. Also, I keep forgetting to mention it, but I know so many of you are clean and sober. You've mentioned some of your clean time, but man, if you're coming up to your like clean birthday, throw it in the comments. Let's celebrate that. If you got a birthday coming up for your clean time, absolutely. Throw it in the comments if you want to. You don't have to, but if you want to. Okay, well, stay blessed, stay golden.